listening to Retro Rewind with Dave Harris. One-on-one.
Retro Rewind.
It even starts back better than that because I'm actually quite blessed. Just show you how things turn around and go the other way. About 25 years ago, I love how I see these numbers like it's just nothing to it. It was a new group coming along called L.A. Reid and Babyface. Oh, yeah. And can you come up to Atlanta, Georgia? We're just getting started in the business, and maybe you can give us some advice. Well, that guy is now the chairman of the board of my record company. Mm-hmm. Got it? Mm-hmm. And he said one thing beautiful. I miss working with you back down the way. Can I get a piece of this record? I said, what do you want to do? He said, I want to executive produce it. You want to executive produce the record? Done.
So you planted those seeds long ago. People remember, you. One of the things that I noticed about you that you used in a lot of your interviews that I think is very humbling about you is that it's always we. It's always we, like you're talking about, say you, say me. We won an Academy Award when in fact you did. Well, but, your mentality is...
Well, let me put it to you this way. MacArthur didn't win the war. His army won the war. You understand me? President is only as strong as his cabinet. These are things my father used to say to me over and over again, turn around behind you. Okay, whoever's standing up front, those are the people that got the guy to stand up front. Right. Okay, so I'm from a band. I only know how to say we because Lionel Richie, I'm the lead singer, but the machine is behind me. Right. Not unless you're gonna sing a cappella all night. So it's the sound, it's the lights, it's a team. And, once you love that team, you go farther because as the team learns something, guess who they're going to bring the answers to? Right. Me. Right. So part of that 35 years of success is due to the fact that there's an army of people that want to see me make it.
And obviously that's the case here with this new CD. And I do want to come back and tie into that. But you just said something that I was going to go into, but I think it just feels appropriate now. You were talking about being, with the band in the past. Not every artist that came from a band has really outdone their band. Maybe like you, Phil Collins, Michael Jackson. But there's people like McCartney or Diana Ross who haven't really... Their band is still bigger than they are. How do you think that happened for you, or why? And did you feel guilty when you left, when you were getting all of those accolades?
Well, first of all, leaving the Commodores was the farthest thing from my consciousness. You have to understand that was the most difficult time of my life and the most difficult thing I've ever done at that time. But you have to understand the circumstance. It was what the press was saying, What's a guy like Lionel Richie doing in a band like the Commodores? Front page of the review. Of course, they said great things about Lionel Richie. They didn't say complimentary things about the band. Or here's a review for the show. Finally, Lionel Richie sits down to the piano and now plays his songs. They're not my songs. It's 3 times related. This is the Commodore songs. Sail On is the Commodore songs. But I wrote them and I'm the lead vocal behind it. So I understand where it was going. You could see it in the guys' faces, when you walk in to do an interview, all of a sudden everybody knocks the Commodores down because here's Lionel Richie, the founder of the group. I wasn't the founder of the group. Thomas McClure was the founder of the group. So you could see that on the faces, but we didn't expect to break up forever. We just thought maybe we'll just have a cooling off period. But while that cooling off period was happening, Truly came out, All Night Long came out, Hello came out, Stuck On, forget about it. The Rocket took off, Lady, Endless Love. There was a.
Well, you were in the top 10 at the same time with Commodores and yourself with Diana Ross.
Well, that's what I'm laughing about right now. I'm sitting here promoting Eternity, and at the same time I'm promoting Good Morning. It's all the same, but I love absolute saturation. Once you start, you just have to start, and everything goes in. I've always believed that in love, you're capable of loving more than one thing at the same time, and songs are the same way. If you like that song, you like this song, but then in that case, put both of them out. You like this song, you like that song, put both of them. You like that movie and that movie, the different movies, right? Put that out, you know. And if they're really, really, really good, they'll both stick.
Absolutely. Now, on this new CD, some of these songs, can you give us a little, yeah, about, you know, because I'm assuming that they don't all sound the same. They're a little all over the.
They don't sound the same.
Middle of the road.
Not on this trip.
See, okay. Tell me.
All right, so let's take "Let's Go." Just Go by Akon. Now, it's really Lionel Richie-ish. Calypso, Caribbean. It's believable. It's Akon. It's Akon giving Lionel Richie the next song after an All Night Long, if you will. And it's hilarious because, you know, there's nothing hard to do in the delivery. It's me just having to do Lionel Richie the next song.
Yeah.
You follow me? Okay, got that. Neo, Forever. Well, that's Stargate. Yeah, thank you. You have to help me with that. Thank you very much. I'm all right. I'm okay. You know, it's just every once in a while I forget my name. Okay, here we go. Forever. Very good. That was Stargate. And what's so beautiful about Stargate was they are melody. Okay. They are melody, and it's straight down the ball game. And again, you know, I go back and I think, surely that was a song I had sketched out, but it's that familiar. Yeah. Okay. Let me see what I want.
You know, stopping on that note, you said a song should be like an old friend, and if it's familiar to you, you've done it right. You know,
it's supposed to sound like, you know, when I remember when we were in, we did about 46 copyright infringement cases, you know, in my lifetime, and how we used to always win was it would say, you know, how many did you lose? None. How many did you settle? None. Then everybody goes, they look at the guy across the thing over there. What the people don't understand is sounding familiar and sounding the same, right. Two different things. You got it? Yep. Under the boardwalk, dum dum dum, penny lover. Now, why is it familiar? Okay. Do good. It's the same vibe. Yeah. It's not the same song. And so what happens is people will look up some days and goes, well, you stole that song. No, I didn't. It's totally different. It's the vibe. Yeah. No same notes, nothing. It's just the feeling is the same. And so you have to explain that to people who are not songwriters sometimes, what that really represents. Well, what they did here with this album was they got the vibe, if you will, of somebody snuck in my house. I know that I wouldn't be that right now. But okay, we won't get that heavy, but
right.
But
well, you know what? You've got a catalog. You've got a catalog.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And I'm sure it's inspired them. Oh. So it probably wasn't that hard for them. You know, they're probably putting on a good front for you. Like, oh man, how do we do this? Meanwhile, high five, and I'm working with Lionel Richie. You know.
Well, I mean, you could see that once there's no greater feeling in life than for me to turn around to Kenny Rogers and go, okay, what do you think about that? And he goes, I love it. And you go, yeah, okay. Or Diana Ross saying, you know, it sounds fantastic. And you go, yeah. Well, I could see that look on their face. When you finish the song, you look around and go, so what do you think, Mr. Richie? And I go, what do I think? Mm-hmm. I said, look around the room with everybody. What are they doing? They're dancing and singing along. And they go,
and maybe humming.
And humming. Yeah. Better still, they are humming. They are singing right along, which is what you want. Mm-hmm. And that's the key. I mean, the key is you study the room. You study the success of the song by the room. I study the success of the song by the crowd and the audience. It's not how well I sing it. Are they singing as loud as they want? That's a serious song. Yeah. They know the lyrics. Yeah. Every once in a while, they let me sing it. That's perfect.
You're listening to Retro Rewind with Dave Harris.
Retro Rewind.